Good?
Good, how are you? You're always very, it feels like it's very hot where you live because you never wear anything with sleeves.
Yeah, it is. I love
Which is
it.
good.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. We were going to get a cold front, but it was, boy, 72 or 73 when we were working out this morning. So I just keep my house at 73, and I never have to use the heat or the AC. It's sort of like, it's just always that temperature. In the summer, I have to run the air conditioning, but not in the spring and the winter. So anyway, yeah. Have you ever been to, you live in warm weather too, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not as big as you are. I wear short sleeve.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, I've always worn sort of bohemian like hippie in high school. It's funny, my mom, my senior picture was this flower girl, like this interesting fabric. I had long crazy hair, and I rode this Volkswagen Bug was my car, and the license plate was Groovin. I've been a hippie my whole life. My whole life.
I can totally see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Even way back, as far as I can remember, when I was born, I suppose. I don't know. And then people would try and copy my style, and then, or think it was very weird, right? I would wear leather boots, like these little moccasins with fringes, to school in high school back in the 90s. I don't know. I've just always been that way. So anyway, now I'm a little bit more athletic in choice, but still very hippie flower child, free and flowy. But anyway, so
which is amazing.
I'm glad you guys all got to meet my mom too. She's been such a source of inspiration and joy my whole life. Just love her so much, and it was so good to see her, and she's so cute saying hello. She's not a techie person at all. It's a wonder she even gets through her texts. Sometimes she's like, it's not working. But anyway, she's funny. So I wanted to just share my screen and see if there's anything to sort of jog your memory on Elixir 3. If there's an area you want to focus on specifically, any questions about funnels, right? Creating your Visha to Talk, presentation logistics, how to get attendees, and then presenting your actual workshop. We loosely touch on, but we expand on in the next dose that's happening Wednesday, and then or the next Elixir, and then formulating your call to action, which will become clearer once we get into Elixir 4 as well. But how are you sitting? What are you working on, going through? I'm going to shut this. It's distracting. Okay, there we go.
If you want, I can share my screen. Oh, I don't know.
Yes, I need to give you control to do that. So hold on.
on.
There's a little thing here. Multiple participants can share simultaneously. There we go. You should be able to try it now.
Wait, I want to, I don't know. Wait, hello. Yes, I can do that.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
This now.
What kind of flower is that?
It's the, oh, I don't know.
It
was just an option for the screensaver.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I said, okay.
I wonder if it's cornflower. Cornflower? That just came to my mind. I wonder. Anyway, I'll have to look that up. That and see. I was running this morning after I worked out. I like to, so I work out with a group and it's only an hour long. And so afterwards I often go on a run, corn, flour. And I was running on my own. Sometimes people come with me, sometimes people don't. And today no one wanted to go. They were all tired. So I took off running and I'm coming around the corner and a raccoon comes right in front of me. And I was like, ooh, totem raccoon. So now I have raccoon and corn flour to look up. These are messages I'm betting. So anyway,
yes,
take it away.
Yes. Can you see this?
I
actually went to what you did and I copied my own version of it.
Yeah, do it. I mean,
I have no idea how to create web pages.
There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. It looks beautiful. I love it. Creating calm. And then I wish I could speak Spanish, but
use your body's innate wisdom to find common peace in your life.
Awesome.
So I really, really wanted to embed something underneath this, like you do. Yeah. But I don't know how to do that yet. So I just wanted, something like something that would the right to pull them in and give them common peace or whatever.
Well, I'm feeling page 18. And what do you think? 1 through 7, what are you feeling?
1 through 7?
Yeah, 1 through 7. Tap in to your heart space, to your clients that you serve, and the joy they're going to just have when they find you. And
so number 7 is calling me.
Number 7? Okay, so penstemon flower essence. I don't even know what it is, but anyway, so if you right click on the text right there, the on centra pasan estos, anywhere, that's fine too. Right click on that or that. Just right click and just say copy and paste. Just like copy
and paste the text.
Yeah, if you right click it, you can say copy. Yeah, and then just paste.
Yeah.
Just paste. Click off of it and then paste. Just click somewhere else.
Somewhere else and paste the same text.
Yeah, you're just duplicating that text.
Right. No.
Okay.
Not what I want.
Go back. Move. You can just click once. Don't highlight it. Just click and say copy. And then click somewhere else, anywhere, and just say paste. It should, yep, there it is. So now drag that up to the top, on top of your image on the top. Okay, then highlight it and I'll give you the code and you can look up what it means later. So it's 98 space 26 space 54 space 36 space 8 space 9842. Yeah, and then just right click and say send to back. I'm just click on the whole thing, on the whole, not the text, but the actual shape. Yeah, so click on the text. Oh, you're on the image. Click on the actual, yeah, there we go. Yeah, right click and just say send to back. Order or denar, yeah, and then say move to back, send to back. Is there one?
Yeah, but it's not moving. Oh yeah, now it is.
Okay, So then that's it. It's there and it's behind everything. So we'll have to look up Penstemon later. But that will be good. And if you want to change it or add another code, awesome. So good. Yeah, I'm excited. Did you choose a date yet?
No. So here's the thing. I did everything. See, there's the name, the email. Yes, I want to do. I haven't tested it to see if it actually goes anywhere. And I have the text, and I have a calm, soothing, and whatever it is that I'm going to give them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my thing here and a little blessing. See, I actually copied everything.
That's awesome. I love it.
And the thank you page, which is where actually I'm going to have to direct them somewhere. I don't have the date yet.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get around when to do this. And actually, I like to have a program in my head. This is what I'm going to talk about, which I have in my Vishada talk. Mm-hmm. But I need to.
You're doing great. You're doing great. This is a lot. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
But you're doing it, and it's all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. You're going to be able to put it all together very easily. You're doing it. This next Elixir is going to help fill in any blanks because we're going to wireframe. I know you don't like that word. We're going to magically, I don't know what we called it. We're going to
give it the magic core.
Magic core, yes. We're going to magically core out your masterclass so that you can decide what you're going to teach. And that will help you to, finalize your masterclass series. But just to come back to, is this your thank you page? Okay.
It's in construction still.
Awesome.
So
are you sure?
Here, I need to put the details.
Do you know how to get the URL so that you can redirect your form to the thank you page?
For this page, yes. I go here.
Yeah.
And I do this. And I'm an expert by now.
Awesome.
I go to this.
Yeah. Well, you had said, I don't know if the form actually goes here, but
No, I meant when they sign up, where you fill in your name, your email and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I haven't tried it out to see if it actually gathers the information.
Okay, but you've my question is, on the sign up page on the form, you've made it redirect to this page, right?
Not yet.
Okay, so that's super simple to do. You just go to the registration page, right click on the form and say, I want it to go here. I want it to redirect to this page. So you just get the URL from here, go over there, right click on the form and say, I want this form to redirect to, and then save it and publish it. And then it's working after that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And supposedly it also gets their details for my email list, right?
Yes. And if you want, when you're done with that, you can send me the link to test and use people in the group if you want. Just saying, hey, I got my page going. If you want to test out if you want to register, whatever. That way you can start seeing, is it actually working? I used the Wix contact database exclusively for the first couple of years that I was working on my BlissBiz, and it was okay. The only issue is if you are only using Wix for your form, like you're not importing another form from another site. For example, I use Keep Forms in mine, and it actually communicates with my database Keep. And for example, Dagmar used the form that the link to register using Zoom. Okay, so right now you're using a form inside Wix, which is totally fine, but the only drawback is when you go to the contacts management section of Wix, it won't specify groups. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me why they would not have this figured out, because they're a large business, you know, it's a huge business. You should be able to, in my opinion, say that anyone who fills out this form gets put in a list called registered for masterclass, registered for my Vishita talk, or whatever you want to call it. But they don't, they just put them all in one bucket, which is fine, except for then you have to do what I did, unless they've changed this. They may have already changed it. It's been a couple years since I used it. I'm just wanting you to keep that in mind. You may have to actually label, you're going to want
to show you my content.
Yeah, you're going to want to know who signed up for what, because otherwise you won't be able to say we're starting now, because you won't want to send an email to everyone because maybe they haven't registered, right? So see how right now it's anyone who's ever given you any of their info. And there's no way to say,
yeah,
you know, see that filter, that filtrar por contactos at the top? Yeah, what does the drop down say? Subscriptions. So maybe they've fixed it. Maybe there's a way now to create groups, but it has to be based on the form. Do you see what I mean? Like, there has to be a way to say anyone who fills out this form on my Vishita talk registration page is going to be put in a category called registered for my Vishita talk, because you need to know who did, so that when you say, have you registered yet? You're not sending it to people who already have, but also you want to say it's a day away. We're starting now, and you don't want to have to worry about who are these people that registered? How many people registered? I used to have to do it by hand. It was crazy. I mean, especially when I started getting a couple hundred registrants, I was like, oh my God, I was spending, 3 or 4 hours labeling these putting these contacts into one bucket to say, okay, these are the ones that should get the reminder. So just think about that if you haven't already.
Yeah.
It's eventually why I went to Keep, because it's all automated, and I can say if they fill out this form, they get put in this group. And furthermore, I can say, and a day later, they get this. If they do this, if they don't do this, they get this. It's very personalized, but it's automated. And I don't have to lift a finger or figure out, who did what and why and how and when. It just happens. And so anyway, keep that in mind.
Easy. I basically only have like these 3, people so far.
Yeah.
That have signed up for my website. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not that I have a newsletter that goes out or something. They just signed up.
Okay. So then carry on. Do you have any do you have any anything else you wanted to go through on this specifically? Looks like you're almost ready. I think you should
almost.
Yeah, choose a date and practice your talk. Now, have you decided how you want to do the talk? Are you going to do you want to do it live, or are you going to do are you going to do it on Facebook Live? Are you going to do it in Zoom? Are you going to do it recording only? How are you going to?
Yeah. I was thinking that's why I haven't set a date, because I don't have that in my head yet.
Yeah.
And I don't put dates when I don't feel I'm ready.
Yeah.
So once I get this wrapped around my head here, I'll be able to, set a date. But I'm thinking, I really wanted to pre-record it, but I don't know. I wanted to talk to you about part of the webinar is me teaching them, 3 exercises, 4 exercises for creating calm, and another part is probably a meditation.
Okay.
So if I would to, originally my idea was, only voice, they could only hear me, and use a PowerPoint to show the points, but that's not going to work because these exercises, you have to see how I do this and how I do that and how I move it. Yeah. Okay. So if I can pre-record this, I know I will feel more confident. And that's important for me because I'm not there yet. Yeah. I'm not you yet. And
oh, trust me, I didn't do video for 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I just was like, nope, I just have to. And I had a script. I had like my PowerPoint with what I was going to say. And I just read because I was like, oh, so don't worry. Yeah, take your own time. It can be recorded totally. You can edit it. You can make it look fine. You can even do a combination of visual and slide only. You've got to decide how you're going to record it, right? I think Zoom has a free version that would be good, that you can share your screen. That's how I do the broadcasts for the elixirs, for the doses. I go to Zoom, I create an event, I press play or record. I say, hi, I blah, 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 whatever. And then I share my screen and I share the slides on my screen. And it's simple. When I'm done, I press, end, it uploads into a file, and then I take that file and I put it on YouTube. So there's sort of a couple steps, but all you need is an MP4, which is a audio video file of you sharing your screen. So some sort of screen share program, whether it's Zoom or something else. I would challenge you today to figure out which system you want to use. There's that link providers document that I provided in Elixir 3 that might help you. But it seems to be Zoom is pretty good if you're going to share a screen and talk with your voice, because they can see you, and it's also sort of small. You don't feel like you're like, hey, you're just nicely there. It feels like
start big, and then when you share your screen, you go small.
Exactly, and you can start. Yes, and you can start with your screen shared before you press record. So you don't ever have to be big if you don't want to be big. There's ways to do it. So, and,
so I have this.
What'd you say?
A question. Yes, I'm going to pre-record. I'm going to share my screen so they can see, actual points, and then actually see me hold their points or whatever. And for the meditation, I'm going to probably put a soothing picture, and then they will not be able to see me, but they will be able to hear me, and Zoom can do all that, right?
Yes.
But then so for the thank you page, what am I going to put? It's not a live event. It's not a
that's okay.
Recording now.
Yeah, that's okay. You can say, even if it's not live, I would pick a date and time for the broadcast, and list it. Okay. So
broadcasting on whatever.
No, it will be a recording. It will be recorded, but you'll want to say like, so here's the thing. If it's just a recording, people will put it off. They won't, it's a weird psychology of like, if they know that it's debuting, right? You can use the word debuting if you want. It's kind of like what people do on YouTube. Let me see if I have an example. They call it a premiere. I remember they call it a premiere. And premieres can be recorded, but it's that they're premiering on X day, right? So the point is getting people excited and waiting for it to happen. And so you can put congratulations here. This event will premiere on, and then put all of the details of when it's premiering, right? And then you'll still remind them a day before. It's premiering tomorrow, and then on the day, it's premiering today, and then at the time, it's premiering now, watch it now. You know, you want to build urgency because out of sight, out of mind. If it's just recorded in here, a lot of people will just put it off. Especially if there's a time sensitive.
I don't really have to tell it recorded.
What'd you say?
If it's premiering, if I say premiering and I'm not specifying if it's live or recorded, people's expectations, I don't know, maybe they're expecting live, maybe they don't mind if it's recorded. I'm just gonna say premiering.
Yeah, I wouldn't say recorded for sure. And they don't care, most people don't care if it's live or not. And they, you know, it's weird. There's even these programs that make it seem like it's live, even though it's a recording. They're all over the place. And I tried it once, but I didn't like the way that it worked, because I feel like you're misleading people. They think it's live, but it's not. Anyway, so yeah, premieres, and then you say the date and you remind them, and then you tell them, you know, to go there and etc. Some sort of, you know, 24 hours left to watch it, or 48 hours left. Because here's the thing, if you're going to have a master class that's starting on a specific date, let's say April 30th, you're going to want to make sure that you close registration for your master class at a certain time, which means they need to have watched it by a certain time. That's why you have deadlines. So think that through and decide, you know, when you're going to start your master class, and therefore when this is going to be like, you know, it's an archive now, you can't watch it, sort of thing. But yes, urgency. You've got to build urgency, because if you don't have urgency, people will just put things off. They'll just put it off. Now, it's just the same with the ebook. The price is going up, right? And you can bring the ebook back again in another month and say, available for this week only, $10. And you can do that every month for the whole year. It doesn't matter. The urgency is that it's here for a limited time. They don't know when it's coming back. Same with the webinar, unless it's just an ongoing thing that you don't really care, you know, if it's a cutoff for the class, but that's a whole different topic. We don't need to talk about that. In this case, I would make it urgent. So premiering, and then have, say, you know, something like premieres on whatever it is, and just, you know, affirm that they've made a great choice, why they're going to want to tune in, blah, blah, blah. Copy my thank you pages or my registration pages, totally fine. And then, yeah, remind them. And then once it's ready, you just come to this page and say, access the presentation now, and just have a button that goes to the recording, or you can embed the video right here in Wix by adding a video. I often do that. if you have a YouTube, if you upload your video from Zoom, so let's say you record it, you say end, it says uploading, you know, and then you get the file, which is an MP4. You're gonna upload, you're gonna take that file and put it in YouTube. When you put it in YouTube, you make sure that it says unlisted. There's an option for public, which means anyone can see it, private, which means only you can see it, or unlisted, which means only people who have the link can see it. I always do unlisted. That's how I do my develop and deploy doses for you all, because I want you to be able to access it, but I don't want Joe Schmo to be able to come across it on YouTube. So then I have the URL to the YouTube video, and all you have to do is say add video YouTube and put in the URL. It's going to create and embed the video right here on this page. And you could do that after it's premiered and ready to debut. You can just say access it now, click play. And you can even put like available for 48 hours only, or streaming only for this week, or whatever you want to do to create urgency for people to go, oh my God, I gotta actually do this quickly, it's going away.
Yeah, but I have a question, because if I'm on my webinar page, let's say I'm on my webinar page, not on this page, and people, it's a technical issue, question.
Okay.
Why is it not showing the page
it's coming
as it should? Oh, there it is. Slow.
Yeah.
So, you know, name, last name, email, go to the event. So if this redirects to the thank you page, it's going to be available automatically, not on the date of the premiere.
Wait, no, it's the same. So before the event posts, it says premiering soon. When the event is ready and it's there, it just says congratulations, press play. It's only available for however long. It's the same page, you just update it. So that's what happens with my events too. Before they happen, it's registered for the event. After it's happened, it's
congratulations. You have on your page here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's over. So that's why it says watch now, because it's already passed.
So
before the event, it said, you know, the details of when it was going to happen. Okay. And I just decided to make it
one day before. Yeah. So before this was replay, and before the date of the premiere, let's say, it will say premiering on whatever.
Yep.
And this will lead nowhere. But on the date of the premiere, I have to embed the link here.
Yeah.
Watch it now.
Exactly.
Premiering now, whatever. Not.
Yep. And make sure there's I didn't do it on this one because I had other, see, look, but only through 8/26. I guess I never changed it. See how old that was? I had a date that said,
yeah.
But then after that, it wasn't going to be available. Click on that event link. Click on the event page. I want to see if it's actually, if I did take it down or not. Oh no, I never did. Yeah, so even though I said I was going to only do it for a certain amount of time, I just, and this is instantteleSeminar.com. I really like, see how you can apply, you can click on, you can get a discovery session. There's stuff you can do on the right-hand side. I like instantteleSeminar.com, but you can also recreate something like this on your thank you page, by embedding the video and having buttons that says, apply or join, whatever the call to action is, register for the masterclass or whatever you're going to be telling them to do inside your Vision Talk.
Yeah, because I didn't put I'm going to answer questions because it's not going to be live. but I did invite you to an exclusive class or course or whatever.
Yeah.
Workshop designed to teach you energy medicine techniques, which will raise your or increase your health and vitality in a natural way.
Awesome.
That's my pitch here.
Yeah. Good.
So what I'm thinking, I can actually, I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it out. Where you put on, it's slow. When you share your screen, it's slow.
I know. Now you feel my pain. I'm always like, oh.
I can put the thing that counts down the minutes, or I don't know how to do that, but you know?
Yeah.
4 days, 20 seconds.
Yes.
5 hours to here.
Absolutely. And then you should definitely remind them, tomorrow's the premiere, today's the premiere is debuting now. And then afterwards, 48 hours left of the premiere, you have to get people to go, oh, right. I gotta do it. Because otherwise you'd be amazed people don't do it. So even if they were so excited about it, life happens digitally, right? We get pulled in a million directions. So yeah. So good. Then any questions about let's see, exit full screen. So your talk specifically, do you have any questions about your talk, about presentation logistics? We sort of talked about how to get attendees. We're going to talk about more in Elixir 4. Presentation questions. I want to reiterate. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, the Vishuddha talk, in the first part, the connect part, I actually took from the ebook, and then I said it's not personal enough. So I added more personal information about my experience. Your story, your story, what got you to do what you do, or face what you face, and do correct how you correct. And so I actually changed the ebook.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Because this was much better.
Good. Yes.
More personal, more information.
Yeah. And remember, even if you start feeling like I've said the same thing over and over and over, until you reach every person on the globe, you've got to repeat yourself. So just keep that in mind. I always used to feel like, as I started, people have heard my story, but they hadn't, most of them. Some of them did, but you're just going to have to hear it again. But, don't be tempted to think that once you do something, you're done and you never do it again. You'll get in a groove and it'll continue to improve, and you'll have other ways to relate. And then you'll feel really comfortable about standing up and just talking about the whole thing from start to finish without a script, right? I'm going to be keynote speaking in Sarasota in a month or so, March 20th. And I'm not planning my speech. I'm so excited. I'm going to just go up there and let it flow and connect with people. I might have like a general plan as far as what I'm going to say, but I know enough, because I've done enough of them, that I need to talk about my story. I need to position why they want to know this information. I need to talk about the obstacles they're having, and then I bring in the solutions, and then I get them involved, and suddenly it's an hour and I haven't even, because what I don't want to do is plan it all out where I'm like a robot, or I'm like, wait, what am I saying now? No, it's going to be totally agile. I don't even know what I'm going to say. It's so exciting, and just it's open-ended. I'm going to bring my books, and I'm going to pass out. I'm going to look around the room at the beginning, and I'm going to give certain people books, and I'm going to say, okay, you're going to participate later if that's okay. If they don't want to, I'll give it to someone else. but I'm going to ask them to pull a code. It's just going to be amazing. So yeah, you'll get comfy with your story and then connect based on who you're talking to, and it'll be renewed every time. So yeah, that's good. You're updating that.
Yeah, I updated it. I'm, I don't usually go out to the world and tell everybody my story, but when I wrote the ebook, it felt like it was enough. And, a month later, I'm like, wait, I can share more. So I'm moving.
Awesome. Very good. Cool. So then.
So I have my teaching part. I have my offer more. The call to action, inviting them to the it's going to be, I think we said five, right? 5 classes or 5.
Yeah.
5, not elixirs. You call them elixirs.
Yeah, units,
5
courses,
segments.
Sections, segments.
Yeah, units.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting because this price-wise, it's different here.
Yeah.
And I know my husband is taking this mindfulness course. And I asked him, it's 8 classes, each class 2 hours. So 16-hour total. And she charges, translated to US dollars, $250.
Total?
For 16 hours.
Ugh.
Total.
Way too much. She's giving way too much. She's giving way too much.
People don't earn in dollars.
Yeah,
we don't earn in dollars.
If you go based on industry standards, you'd be surprised. $300, so $299 US dollars for a couple hours of courses. I just paid personally $285 or it was some weird number, but under $300, but it was close to $300 for a masterclass series by this guy. And it was 6 recordings or 7. And each recording was like 18 minutes long. That's it. There were no handouts, nothing, but I loved the information and I can refer back to it again. And he's an amazing guy and I loved it. It's great. So it sounds like I would not, if I was delivering 2 hours and it was 16 hours of information, that would be $800 to $1,000 for sure. I would not, but hey, for her, that's great. If that's what she wants to do, I feel like.
I don't think people would pay more for that either.
Yeah. Wait, you said
here.
Say that again.
I don't think people would pay more for that either. Here in Mexico.
Yeah.
Not the US.
Okay. Yeah.
Because here it's 5,000 pesos, which is $250, and 5,000 is a lot.
Yeah. 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 And so for her, she's got to rely on reaching more people to hit her goals. But hey, to each his own. If you want to, this is where like what you provide is totally up to you. You can do 6 20-minute videos and charge $100 if that's what you want to do. You can do an hour-long segment and do 6 hours worth of stuff. Fine. It's up to your style and the way you want to structure it. And then does she upsell at the end? Do you know? I'm sure she does. If she doesn't, she's missing the boat. This is what I was going to get to was spend time on the upsell, both in your Vishita talk and in your masterclass. So in your Vishita talk, one of the things that I was saying to Dagmar when she did her live version on Saturday, her run through was if you say it's going to be an hour long and at the hour marker is when you start talking about the upsell, you've missed the boat because people will go, oh, it's an hour, I got to go. No matter how cool it is, if they knew it was going to only be an hour long and they were banking on it, you've lost them. They may be like, amazing, thank you, gotta go. And so make sure that you give that piece of your presentation the time it deserves, and think about it in terms of not selling someone something, but giving them more. Now they have a piece of what they want, and they deserve to hear about what you can offer them that's going to help them even more. But make sure you add that in. And then the same thing with if you have a 5-week course, it should be 6 weeks long, because that last week should be about what's next, right? And so if this lady is actually, following some sort of intelligent process, her 2-hour courses, the last 2 hours should be all about, and what's next with me, right? Not just like, okay, bye, have a good life. You got to do more after that. So
there's next after the 5 classes. Oh my God.
Yeah, the 6th.
There's going to be more.
What's next? And the what's next can be, well, I mean, it's simple, because if it's a masterclass series, then you're going to put them in your mega dose, right? You're gonna want to talk about
the masterclass was the next.
Your masterclass was your mega. Now you have a 6-month program that's a couple $1,000s. You better believe that's the next thing coming. It's not going to be for everyone, but you got to have it. Yeah, this is how, once you're done with this whole process and you start funneling people in, this is how that fractal actually fills out. You have all these dozens of ebooks and smaller price programs that get people in the door. And then the next layer is all your really cool master classes. And that is still nothing one-on-one, because it's automated and they get real value for a decent price. And then the next phase is always more with you for more, right? More for more. And then once it's all there, it runs like a machine. And you're like, cool, what do I want to teach now? What do I want to do now? What do I, what program? Like, I'm so excited about my water bending program. Let me just tell you, I just can't wait. And I get to explore it too. And I haven't even created the masterclass yet. I've just got pieces of information that I'm going to string together into this really cool masterclass. And from the masterclass, you bet it's going to be get certified, become a certified water bender, right? And that's going to be more expensive than the masterclass. The masterclass will be $200-300 with payment plans available. And from the masterclass, dose 6, all about why you should become a water bender, right? And get certified so that you can teach and do. Yeah, there's always, and then if they get certified, once they get certified, what's next? Oh, I can help you run your business, right? So then I funnel them into this program. It's a machine. And it's a value machine. People don't feel like, oh, you're just trying to sell things. I'm giving them, what I said I would offer them originally, and now the ability to make money from their passion. And to me, that's like the whole point of everything. Do what you love what you do, and use the technology we have to do it. So this is like the most zoomed out.
This is amazing. I can get, as far as masterclass, I'm okay. But when you say 6 months program, I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea how to do that.
Oh, yes, you do. I'll show you in Elixir 5. And it's more of the same stuff. It's so interesting. It's like, then once you get through the whole funnel, you realize, oh, it's like a little, like a bite size, a bowl. And then it's I'm going to learn everything and then give that bowl to someone else. And so it's this beautiful webbing. And if you take it chunk by chunk, it just all makes sense. And you're going to be like flying through it. It's It's fun, especially when you get to start talking to people and doing interviews and things like that.
Yeah, it took me a long while to start my vision talk because I was like overwhelmed with the last elephant. So it really, I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. But when I actually sat down to do the vision talk, I'm like, oh my God, this is fun.
Yeah. 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 And yes. The cool thing is you can then do the same thing for any talk you want to do. And it's like, it's not scary anymore because you go, all right, let's wireframe and then let's fill it in some more. But if you don't start somewhere, you think, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. It's too hard. I don't know what to do. But if you just force yourself to open it and pretend it's like a 25-minute exercise, suddenly at the end, you're like, oh, I have at least a 30-minute talk right here. Chances are it's going to be an hour by the time you say it. It takes much longer than you think. Yeah, it's awesome. So
that's why it's all about, have the video ready, have everything, and then I know it's not linear, but I'm linear here.
Yeah. And, if I would have sat down and explained all of this from the beginning to the end, you literally would have shut down. You would have been like, I can't do this. No. And your head would have exploded. But if we just say, let's just zoom out and do just the little bit, then you're like, oh, okay, now I get it. And then you can go to the next step. It's like a recipe.
Yeah, that's why I'm not stressing about the 6-month program. I'm all about the masterclass now. Masterclass I can do.
Yeah.
This I can certainly do. Webinar I can do. I know I can do. Masterclass, I will think about it and I will succeed in that as well.
Yes.
As far as you can get.
That's fine, because you'll be ready for the next step when you're ready. And when you zoom out and see how easy it is to combine stuff you've already done and make it a 6-month program, that's the day when you're going to be like, oh man, yeah, I can do this. It's not much more of a leap.
And people can do books and master classes and webinars, and that's their business as well. Their business. People that don't want a 6 months.
Absolutely. You can be
just
an ebooker. There's plenty of people out there that do tiny, low-priced offerings and they just churn them out like crazy. And when you stack it all together, that's what they want to do. They don't want to do the big programs. That's fine. You don't ever have to if you don't want to. I recommend it because you'll get bored once everything's automated. You'll be like, what do I do now? What do I want to do now? So anyway,
yeah, I want to get to that point. What do I do now? I will get there.
Yes. That's the day you wake up and go, wow. And you look at your PayPal and you have, students coming in from the night before and you're like, do I feel like working today or do I want to, go to the beach or whatever? It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, let me think if there's anything we may have missed on the Elixir 3. Yeah, just keep building your list. Your list is your bread and butter when it comes down to it, because you can't rely on the algorithms of any social media to reach the people you want to reach. Unless you have their email, you don't have them. So this is again why we want them to register, join your, whatever it is, newsletters, get updates, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to call it a newsletter. You can call it join the tribe, or that's what I think I call it, join the tribe, so that you don't miss any updates, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a newsletter, but get their info. No time that you spend nurturing your clients is a waste, because it averages out. Everyone always says to me, wow, you do so much free stuff. That's, how can you do that? Well, of course, because that's how they hear about me. You wouldn't believe how many people who end up in my large programs say, well, in fact, I just got an email 2 days ago. I'm finally ready to write my book. Send me the link. I'm another girl just joined certification. I'm finally ready to get certified. You know, where's the link? So, and when you add those up, it's these big programs that stack up from people that heard about you 3 years ago from a video you did, right? So no point of contact is wasted, and you're just waiting for each person to blossom into the best program for them. And once you keep building your list, it's like casting out a net. Who wants to be a waterbender? Who wants to, you know, whatever, let's go to the next thing. And it's very exciting. So yeah.
It is. I haven't had a chance to look at your water bending thing, but I will get to it. I have a lot of homework. I can't do everything.
No, it's fine. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. And maybe water bending isn't what you know, what would be. It's also interesting how you'll reach people where they are and what they need. And different people will resonate with different things, and then maybe they won't be on your radar for a while, and then they'll come back, etc. So the important thing is you're teaching what you love and what you're excited about, and that's going to change over time. And you can do the same process over and over and over. I think that's the most valuable part of develop and deploy is you may decide you don't want anything to do with Calm Mamas next month. You may want to, you know, you may have some invention. I don't know. We don't know. There'll be something that changes your life and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to talk about this. Well, good. Now you package it in the same exact way, regardless of what you're doing, and you still do the same exact thing. This is like the vehicle. This is like the way you get your message out, regardless of what the message is. And the better you get at it, the more efficient you'll have all of these things in place, and you'll know, oh, I want to do a masterclass on this. Haven't written it yet, haven't done it. Here's the subjects. Let's go talk about it. Let's get people to sign up first, and then you're hired. And then you have a week to come up with the first little bite and another week to come up with the next one. It's a beautiful thing. And then at the end, you have this machine that's already ready to automate while you sleep. So it's great.
I'm praying for that day.
Yes, that day will come. Well, awesome. I've got Murray coming on here at 2:15, so I've got to wrap up. Is there anything you want to talk through before we end?
No, I just wanted that technical thing, you know, in 5 days, 4 hours, and then switch it to the link.
Yes, and then make sure it's only available for however long. Right, wow. Doesn't mean you won't bring it back. It just means for now, right? It's like the ebook, it's going up, but boy, next week I may start marketing it again, saying, hey, how are you doing for your first quarter goals? Get the coaching playbook available this week for $10, available this week only. And I bet I'll get another $1,000 just coming, you know, just from saying, oh, it's back. People haven't heard, they don't know. It'll be a whole new group of people, or someone who was like, dang it, I missed it. It's now $100. Now they'll be on it. You know what I mean? So you just pull them back out and do it again.
Wonderful. What can I say? You're an inspiration to me.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, thank you. I'm so excited for everything you're doing. It's looking wonderful. I can feel how needed what you're doing is for your area, especially in this time. They're just waiting for you. They're waiting for you. So use that to fuel you as well, right? Who are you to not give them that message because they need it? And if you're blessed to give them that message, do it. Do it for them. Okay, just push past your fear, set a date, be accountable. Say, I'm going to deliver my message by, and so then work backwards, which means you need to, you know, what do I need to do before then? Open that calendar, make sure you've thought through things. The calendar is, you know, that Excel spreadsheet has it all for you. You can work backwards and you don't have to do all of it. You can cut and slice and not do the things that you don't want to do. Pick and choose the things you want to do, get it done, get it out there, knowing that you're going to improve it and you're going to do it again. But this is a starting point. But you're doing awesome. I'm so excited.
It's like Lisa Nichols said, if you already knew you were going to be successful, what would you be doing differently?
Yes.
It's already yours.
It is. Amen. Amen.
I like Tony Robbins. Unleash Your Power.
What? Say that last thing.
You know, I signed up for Tony Robbins's Unleash Your Power seminar.
Woo! I love him.
In March. So,
I love him. Oh, he's awesome. And Dean Grazioli.
He did it free 6 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to his 6-day free?
No.
I don't remember what. Oh, New World, New You event.
No, I listen to him occasionally. He's been yeah, he's an amazing man, but I've sort of right now I'm on fire with what I'm doing, so I haven't even needed to tune in to inspiration because I'm like, oh my gosh, the day's too short. I have so much I want to do. So I only tap into him when I'm like, oh, you know, for whatever reason it is that's going slow. But I'm on fire right now, so I'm riding that wave.
Right away.
Ride the wave. All right, my dear. Well, love to you. I will get this converted and uploaded, and I'll send you the replay, and we will just keep on rocking and rolling. Use the group if you want to do a run through. You know, just maybe even set a date for the run through. If you don't want to set a date to do it, just, you know, something, practice anything you want to do to practice anything. It's going to be worth it. So.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, have a good day.
Love
yeah. Love you so much. Bye-bye for now.
Love.
See ya.
Bye-bye.